What's up everybody, it's Grant and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 mistakes that I as a real estate agent in the Tampa Bay area see new first-time home buyers making all the time so you don't have to. The first mistake, and it's probably exactly what you thought, is the pre-qual letter or getting pre-qualified. And let me explain. That's not really a mistake, but not actually getting pre-qualified is the mistake. As in many lenders, and I even did it myself years ago when I bought my first home, is I just went and I told them my qualifications, told them my income, how much I made the previous year, any expenses I had, and I verbally told them this, and then they handed me a letter and told me I was pre-qualified. That is not legit at all. And towards the end of the day, when we did close on my house, just a week before we closed, they hit me with an extra $4,000 needed to close on the home, right? So you want to avoid those mistakes and get a real pre-qualification letter. And what you need to do is make sure you give them your W-2, all of your tax information, any income, any job history, things like that. And it all needs to be verified so you know that you're truly pre-approved. Number 2 is don't get too emotionally attached, right? You have to know that there will be other homes along the line, as well as some might even end up being better. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. So if it doesn't work out getting the first home that you actually wanted, then it's not a big deal. We can't be emotionally attached, especially in today's market, because it's very competitive, especially in the Tampa Bay area, and there might be multiple offers on every single property. So if you lose, that may just be part of it. So we cannot get emotionally attached. We have to think of it more like a business transaction and just stay focused on the task at hand. As well as you got to make sure that you're not very prideful when you're in this situation. You got to know that you, the buyer, are trying to get the least out of your pocket, the least for the home that you could potentially get, and the seller's trying to get the most for the home. So it's a battle between the two, usually represented by the agent. Then you got to know within those negotiations, someone's gonna not win. So you have to understand that and be happy with whatever results there are. Number 3, and I see this all the time, and this is one of the biggest mistakes that you could make, is while you're pre-approved, while you're looking for a home, you open another line of credit. That's one of the worst things that you can do when you're searching for a home, because if you did that, you could wreck your entire pre-qualification. They would practically need to rerun that to see if you would qualify with the new credit amount. So that's the last thing you want to do, is change anything major either on your credit and buying something new, things like that. It's like, don't buy things right before you get the home, right? Don't put it on a credit card, things like that. That is one of the biggest mistakes you can see, and that can completely kill the deal days before you close. Number 5, and this is probably the most common of all of them, is don't buy too much house. Don't buy more than what you can afford. Right, you hear the phrase that you only want your mortgage or rent to be 1/3 of your total income, and that's a good measure to go off of, but you just need to make sure you can live comfortably and afford that house. The last thing we need you to do is that phrase like living like the Joneses, things like that. There's no need to keep up with individuals. You pay and you buy what you can afford. You don't need to buy more than what you need and end up paying an absurd amount. And most of the time, people are going to do that and end up downsizing a few years later, especially when a child moves out, things like that. So make sure you buy what you can actually afford. So that's it, guys. It's your basic top 5 mistakes I see new first-time home buyers make. If you got value out of that, do me a huge favor and hit the like button. Subscribe if you like content like this, and I will see you in the next video.